Good evening, I'm Emily. Welcome back to EK15 News. And today news is Puerto Rico continues to reel 2 weeks after hurricane struck. Alien Gonzalez, all of 18 years of age, to death, freeze without hesitating. Since Gonzalez's houses in Toa Baja, Puerto Rico were destroyed by Hurricane Maria nearly 2 weeks ago. Since then, everyone in the hometown had lived without electricity. Once a quarter of East 80,000 residents have running water. About half of gas stations in town are open, with long queues stretching blocks. Most supermarkets are open, rationing food. The destruction in Toa Baja is the rule, not the exception. In Puerto Rico, where the recovery has moved at a glacial pace, according to the over dozens interviews with residents, local relief workers, and small-town measures across the island. Federal officials and Puerto Rican government leaders stress the recovery efforts are united. But things took a divisive twist Saturday when President Donald Trump lamented the mayor of San Juan, Carmen Yulín Cruz, for poor leadership. Trump visits Puerto Rico on Tuesday, and he may get a sense of why the recovery has been a nightmare for many of the island's 3.4 million U.S. citizens. My people are suffering this disaster, says Carlos Mendes, the mayor of Guadilla in western Puerto Rico. Overwhelming destruction. The ports of San Juan, where much of the humanitarian aid is arriving, doesn't have enough truck drivers. Even if it did, many trucks don't have enough diesel fuel to deliver food, water, and other essentials. There's little cell service for those with the app to communicate with towns, drivers, and local. Banks can't get enough or more trucks to deliver cash too. On top of all that, roads are made with fallen trees, or the roads just doesn't exist anymore. In one town, residents struck a couple across the river to ford it in knee-deep water because the bridge connecting the two sides had been washed a football field's lake downriver. Meanwhile, hospitals and food banks are running low on fuel for their generators to keep the lights on and preserve fruits, veggies, and meat. Federal officials have acknowledged the recovery hasn't been ideal. It's not nearly as fast as any would want. John Rabin, acting regional administrator for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, says at the press conference, Puerto Ricans spend much of their time now waiting in line. On Sunday, an ATM line has several dozen people waiting 2 hours to withdraw a maximum of $40. It's worth a gas station. Hundreds of people came out in their cars overnight, risking their safety so they don't lose their place in life. About 65% of gas stations were open on the island by Sunday. According to Puerto Rico's government, the cash crunch is exacerbated because many businesses' credit and machines are still down, so they can only take hard currency. I'm overwhelmed, said Ana Ramos, tears streaming down her face as she waited in line for gas with only $20 in her hand. I have to wait in line at the ATM because I don't have any more money. In complete response, the federal government, initially led by FEMA, has tried to respond to the island damage. Rick Rabin, a regional administrator, described as catastrophic. 3-star LT Jeffrey Bajana was tapped by Trump earlier this week to spearhead recovery effort. There are over 10,000 DEFRA workers on the island from dozens of federal departments and agencies. FEMA says it has reached all of Puerto Rico's 78 municipalities and nearly 1 million milk, along with 2 million liters of water, to 11 distribution centers on the island. But herein lies the rub. A breakdown of communication still leaves some town empty-handed. Benito Mesquez, the mayor of Toa Baza, an impoverished town near San Juan, went to a FEMA distribution center at 5 p.m. on Friday. It was closed and he couldn't pick up supplies. Mendes, the mayor of world dealer, told CNN he had been driving across the island 2 hours each way every morning to pick up FEMA ads in San Juan. They're not coming here. I'm going there, Mendes said. President Trump had dismissed any problems in his administration's response at fake news. Instead, he points to long-standing issues like Puerto Rico debt debacle or its infrastructure problems. The island's slow recovery may exacerbate another problem Trump isn't talking about: an exodus of people off Puerto Rico and to places like Texas and Florida. Over 400,000 Puerto Ricans have moved to mainland United States since 2004. According to the Pew Research Center, Puerto Rico now has 3.4 million residents. Many left because Puerto Rico suffered from high unemployment, rising taxes, and few job opportunities outside of tourism. Aileen Gonzalez, a young woman who said she doesn't want to live on the only island she has ever called home, said she had been on the fence about applying for college in the mainland. Maria made up Gonzalez's decision. I want to live for the rest of my life, said Gonzalez. I don't want to know anything about Puerto Rico. Thank you for listening, and good night.